Hey everybody. So my name is Mr. Humphreys, and I am lucky enough to be in a position here with ACPS where I help out all the PE teachers. So the PE teachers at your school, I know them. I get to work with them. And today, my daughter May and I wanted to make a video for you that you can watch when you're at home to strengthen some skills and get a little bit of knowledge about your health and fitness. Okay, so we've got about almost 30 minutes here. We want you to follow along at home. As you can see, we're in a very small space here. We're not going to do anything that is, um, unsafe or demands a big yard or driveway. We are just in a small space. And really, that's the first thing I want to talk about is anytime we do physical activity, whether it's in the gym, whether it's on the playground, or during a funny, strange time like this, if you're in a bedroom or a living room, we have to make sure that we're safe. So May and I took a couple minutes and we prepared our area, right? We got out all the sharp edges, right? I have a small table here, but I know where that is. We don't have things lying around on the ground that we could trip over. Things are pretty safe, and that is extremely important. And your teachers, especially your PE teachers, do a great job of making sure the gymnasium is safe before you are in there getting to run around and get those heart rates moving. Okay, so today we have two goals, kind of two parts to our session here. First, we're going to talk about a skill, a physical skill of underhand throwing and catching. Very important, critical in a lot of sports. Really good for that hand-eye coordination. And after that, we want to talk a little more about fitness planning. Okay, we'll have some ideas for things that you can do at home that can help you stay active and healthy. All right, so two parts. First off, sorry, what you're going to need is some type of a ball, or as we have here, some balled up socks, right? Something that's close to round, that's very soft, that you can toss a little bit around this room, maybe off of a wall, hopefully to a partner, maybe to a target, something that won't be heavy and leave a mark or leave a dent. So again, a balled up sock, and these are a couple of Maze socks. These are really good for this activity. Okay, throw a couple down there. I'm going to give one to May. All right, so a couple of quick things here about underhand tossing. We like to have a couple cues, a couple things that we can say that can really help you remember the skills. Okay, so May is right-handed, which means she writes with her right hand, she throws with that right hand. This is her dominant hand. So as she goes to do her tossing, she's going to do a couple things. Number one, she's going to have her opposite leg forward. So she's going to step with that left leg in order to throw with her right hand. Okay? If you think about it the other way, watch this. If she were to step with this foot, then that hip is kind of in the way as she comes to throw. So we want to make sure that area is clear. So we're going to step with that other leg so that arm can come right down here. Okay? Now, what's important about this arm swing is that it is nice and straight. Okay? I'm going to use the word lever. This thing comes through straight. It's not loosey goosey, right? Like this. How could we throw something straight? It is straight like this. Her other hand is pointing to her target, and this thing is coming through very straight. And now the only tough part left is when to release the sock ball. Okay, because watch this. If May is swinging her arm and let's say she's trying to throw it over to you at the camera. Okay, if she releases it too early, it's going to go straight to the ground, right? Boom, it's going to go straight to the ground. If she releases it too late, now it's going to go straight up in the air. Okay, so what she has to do and what you have to do at home is find a spot in the middle in slow motion. Watch this. I would say right about here, May is going to try to release that ball so it can go to her target. Okay, so let's watch one at fast motion. Coming right at you. Boom. Okay, very good, May. Now, let's go ahead and practice this a little bit. All right, so May and I will spread out. If you are lucky enough to have a brother or sister or a parent or a friend or someone, a relative that you can play a little bit of catch with, that would be great. If not, we'll show you a way around that as well. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our time. We're going to try to get 10 throws where we're stepping, pointing, straight arm, throwing just like this. Okay. Now you should be doing this too. If you don't have a partner, you can just find a wall, find something hard, obviously not something where there's glass. But for us, this is a kind of a storage locker where people put jackets. And this is pretty hard. So maybe just go ahead off of this. And I'm going to ask her to do that 10 times. Each time she steps, points, and tosses. I'd like her to aim for something. If you can see right in the middle here, we have some knobs. This is how we open it. And she is keeping her eyes right on that. And each time she's trying to get that target. Okay, go ahead, man. Good. She's not throwing it too hard. She's going to collect her softball afterwards. Very nice. Good, that's about 5 or 6. Now, what if May was constantly hitting up here? May, throw a little up here. Okay, oh man, that didn't hit her target. Try it again. May, would you be releasing it too soon or too late if you're hitting it way up here?
Too late.
Too late, right? Because again, if you watch in slow motion, as May, here, why don't you get ready? In slow motion here, if she releases too late, it's going to go high. So the feedback from where your softball goes tells you how to adjust. Now, May's pretty good. She's a little bit older than you are, and she's a real softball player, so she has those skills, but it may be hard. So I'm hoping to help you. If you see a bunch of times you're way above your target, then maybe you're releasing it too late. If your ball is way down here, you're releasing too early. Okay? Now, just like a good PE class, after a little bit of practice, we want to end with a contest. Okay? A game of some sort. So, May and I have this, just a laundry basket. You could get any kind of a basket or even a curled up sweatshirt, something that forms kind of a pocket. And May's going to get herself 3 sock balls. Okay? And she's going to take 10 shots. All right? You can even move back, May. She's going to see how many times she can land a softball right in here. Okay? I'll get out of the way. Good, May. That looks good. 1 for 1. Oh, that one came up a little short. 1 for 2. Nice. 2 for 3. She's going to go collect her socks. All right. Good. I like that pointing. Good follow through. That was a little strong. 2 for 4. 3 out of 5. 4 out of 6. So she's shot 6 times and she's made 4. Okay. Good job, May. 4 more. 1. Good. 2. She made all 3 that round. That's telling me she's correcting her earlier mistakes. So she is now 6 out of 9. She has 1 more shot. Nice. Okay, she made it. So if you're following along at home, she made 7. How many did you make? And whatever number that is, that's great. That's your starting point. So if you're able to do this again tomorrow or next week, or maybe in a half hour, you try to improve upon that score, right? Later today, May will do this again and she'll shoot for 8 or 9 out of 10. Okay? Sorry. Trying to get that thing. Okay. Next, the other half of the throw, of course, is the catch. So we want to talk a little bit about catching a ball or a softball. One quick rule that May and I were reviewing earlier that I think will help you is if that ball is thrown, and I know you've learned this from your PE teachers, below your waist, we put our pinkies together to catch it down here. If it's above our waist, our thumbs go together to catch it up here. And when we catch, we don't reach out and grab it like this. we absorb it, right? We kind of help it in, and that gives us a little bit of time, and it allows for us to slow down that object as we control it. Okay, so what we like to do is, again, if you have somebody to play catch with, just start playing catch. All right. If you don't, what you can do, just like May did it before, you can just throw it off the wall and catch it yourself. Okay. So let's run through a few here, May. I've got a nice target. Boom. I'm going to catch. Good. There's May. Good. Okay. I've got a target. Higher. I'm going to catch it like that. Remember. And I should have said, always have a target. You always want to let the person throwing to you know where should they be aiming. Okay, so some kind of a target. May is going to give me that target. I'm going to go. Okay, good. Notice how she catches it, gently comes in like this. Good. Nice. Couple more. Okay. All right. How about a high one, May? Give me that high target. Yeah. This is really critical stuff. Those of you that like to play softball like May does, or basketball, May's a big basketball player, certainly football, a lot of throwing and catching there. If we were to slow down that tape and watch some of our favorite Redskins wide receivers, as they go to catch that football that's maybe over their head or out in front of their body, I promise you their thumbs are together and they're doing this. Now they've had years to practice, so they're pretty good at it. But that's the basic idea. Thumbs together if it's above the waist, pinkies together when it's below. Okay. When I make this, I feel like I'm fielding a ground ball. I'm on the world champion nationals, right? That's what they're doing. That's how they're catching those balls below their knees, below their waist. All right. Here's the game we want to play. We've done some practice. Maybe you can do 8 or 10 of those to practice catching. May and I like to play a game called Egg Drop. We're going to start super close, probably right here, I guess. And each time both partners can throw and catch the ball, we're going to take a step back. So let's get ourselves started in the middle. So you'll see what I mean. You've probably played this before. Usually you play it with an egg or something that would break, but we don't want to do that inside. So it's a softball drop. So even though May's close, I'm going to throw her the ball. Boom. Okay, we each threw and caught it. So we're going to each take a step back. I'm going to do that over here. Good. Good. Now we're each taking one more step back. Okay. All right. And so on. And we can just keep going back and back, further and further until you drop it. Then you keep track of that distance, just like we kept track of how many balls we were able to get into the laundry basket. Keep track of that distance and try and beat it next time. Okay. Okay, so as we transition now, we want to talk to you a little bit about fitness planning. Okay, so sort of the first half of our session here, the first half of our time together was about the physical. It was about the skill that we can use, that we can use in sports, different activities, and we need to build those skills. But at the same time, we want to improve on some of our fitness understanding, right? And especially during this time when we aren't able to be at school or in the gymnasium. Okay. And so, what we want to talk a little bit about are things that we can do at home to kind of keep you healthy, keep you growing, just keep your body active while we don't have something like PE every few days, right? While we don't have the opportunity to maybe run around with our friends playing tag or soccer or football or any of those things. So let's talk about what we can do at home, okay? Number one, there's a little warm up that May and I like to do, and we probably should have done it before we did any of our exercise or any of our physical part today, but we call it sort of a whole body warm up. All right. What it does is it touches on almost all of our major muscles, and it only takes a couple of minutes. Okay. So you can think of this as a great way to sort of activate our muscles while at home. And really, I think of it almost like a growing tree. We start at the bottom and we just move up with how we activate our muscles. So first up, and you know what? I'll kind of point things out as May does the exercise, okay? So May is first going to do some calf raisers. Go ahead, May. As you can see, she's only going up on her toes. And these calf muscles back here, that's giving them a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a workout, okay? She'll do 8 or 10 of those, both feet at the same time. And that's a great way to activate those muscles. Hey, we're getting ready to move, okay? After we do those, we'll move up a little bit. We'll go to these quads, these big guys right in front. May's going to do some squats right in place. She likes to put those arms straight out. Go ahead, May. She bends down, and boy, you can feel these, right? In these quad muscles, in your bottom muscles, and some other muscles, even in the back. All sorts of great big running, strong muscles in there. This is a great way to warm those up, activate them, and build them, to be honest. This is a muscle building activity. We're only going to do 8 or 10, just to kind of warm things up a little bit. All right, but that's another great one as we continue to climb the tree. Now, what's next? Let's go up right up here into our core, into our stomach muscles. There are millions of ways that we can activate these, and I sure hope you've seen them. I'm going to show you kind of a neat new one. This one's called a Russian twist. So May's going to sit down on her bottom, and she's going to balance her legs like this, so they're off the ground, which is a little challenging. And she's going to hold her arms up here, so pretending like she's holding a big ball, and she's going to rotate, keeping her legs straight from side to side. Okay, can you see that? She's not racing. Maybe a second to do both. And what this does is these parts of your body really works. Okay, really works these side muscles. She's trying to keep her legs straight and bringing those arms back and forth. Okay, great. Nice job, man. As we continue to move up, we can do one more for kind of our upper body, partially our arms and some of our chest muscles. And this is one I know you know, the good old-fashioned push-up. Okay, so May, will you get down into push-up position, please? Okay. And May is just going to go ahead, and I know you can barely see her, but she's doing some push-ups. Okay. If she has a tough time after a few, she's going to put her knees down, and she's going to go ahead and do those push-ups. Still works the same muscles. Great way to do it. If you're getting super tired, I can only do 5 or 6, put those knees down, still maintain that nice form. That really is a great way to engage those muscles. Okay, stand up, May. That is one great way to really activate everything in a small space. She did not even need that much space for it. Okay. I also want to talk about activities inside of a house that can really get the heart moving. Okay. Now, hopefully you've talked with your health and PE teachers. And what I like to say is after a super fun activity, I say, guys, put your hands on your hearts. And they can feel that really beating. And I say, that's how your body is saying thank you for giving them that gift of all sorts of activity. Okay, that fast beating heart is your body saying thank you. So we need to think and talk about some things you can do inside your house safely that can really get that heart moving. Obviously, this is not a gymnasium, right? We don't have a very big house here. We can't be running the pacer test, or we can't be running around playing soccer in our living room. So, May, what's one way you think that you can get your heart level raised to really say thank you indoors? What do you think?
Jumping rope.
Okay.
Invisible rope.
Good. Keep going here. Keep going. I'll talk through as you do it. May's pretending, and this is excellent. May's pretending she has a jump rope. Right? Clearly she doesn't. I couldn't do that if she did. She's pretending though, and that's just as good. And she is doing quick jumps. She might even get fancy and do some fancy things with her jump rope, see? But I'll tell you what, this is a tremendous way. If you do this for even 30 seconds, minute at the most, you're going to be tired. This is a great activity and a great way to get the heart moving. Okay, man, take a break. Put your hand in your heart. You feel it a little bit? Yeah. Because remember, that heart needs to send blood all around those muscles for those muscles to work. And when it's beating faster, that means those muscles are saying, hey, we're working. Send us this blood. We need to work. And just that jumping rope, and she can be creative. She can go off of 1 foot and do it, or do some fancy tricks, crisscross. All that is great. And she could do it for a minute, rest 2 or 3 minutes, do it again for a minute, and you'll be sweating. It's a great activity. The other one that I wanted to mention was simply marching in place. Okay, now this one sounds funny, and I'm going to challenge May on this one a little bit. Let's say that jumping is not something you can do. Okay, when we talk about jumping rope like that, maybe you're in a space, an apartment or a room where you just can't jump. Yeah, it's too loud, too disruptive to somebody else. Then what I'll challenge you to do is marching. So watch, May's going to march high knees, not in any kind of a race, just slowly march. But what she's going to do is I'm going to challenge her to lift her arms. Opposite arm comes up when the knee comes up. Okay, and I mean straight up. Almost looks like a soldier, like a toy soldier. These are called toy soldiers. And as you watch us, sorry, I may do these, you're probably thinking that looks easy. And you know what? For about 30 seconds, it is easy. Try it for 3 minutes. You will find if you're going slow like this and your arms are going all the way up and your knees are coming out, you will find that this gets that heart moving. Okay, no question. You feel yours moving? Yeah, you're doing a lot of activity. Now the last one, I'm going to change this angle just a little bit. That'll probably work. The last one, if you are in a space where you can do a little bit of, it's okay to maybe do some moving and jumping, here is the almighty, the greatest way, I think, to get that heart moving in no time, and that is the burpee. Okay, so several components to the burpee. May, let's talk it through first. Okay, so we're going to start right here in this position. May's going to kind of shoot up, and this can either be a stretch or a jump. Okay, she could jump up like that or just stretch up, May. And then right from there, you're dropping down into push-up position. Now, you could even add a push-up here if you are really feeling like it, but you kick those legs out, and then you kick them right back under you, and then you go up again, and that can either be a jump or a stretch. Okay, so here's May. Okay, and stop. 5-10 burpees at the most is going to get your heart moving. Okay, and you have to trust me, and hopefully your PE teachers too. It is so good. We have to do that every day to get the heart rate moving. Okay, so we could do some jump ropes to get the heart rate moving, invisible rope. We could do some toy soldiers if the noise is a problem to get that heart moving, or we can do burpees. Okay, so 3 ways to really get that heart rate up. The last thing I want to talk about is levels, okay? Intensity levels. As you get older, you're going to learn that there are certain times, whether it's in an activity or a sport, where we have to choose which level of activity we're going to use. Okay, if I'm a soccer player, every single time I go after the ball, it's not always as hard as I can. Sometimes I have to sort of hang back and see where maybe my opponents are, and I have to move a little slower. Okay, but of course, if I'm going to the ball or dribbling with the ball, that's very intense. But I want to just talk through 3 different forms of intensity. And intensity is a tough word. It means kind of how hard you work, how hard something is. Okay, you may have heard somebody say, oh boy, he or she is really intense. And usually that means that they're focused and they look like they're working hard. So we want to show you 3 different intensity levels with some activities that I know you're familiar with. So here we go. Let's get in the film. May to join me back here. May and I, you can't see on film, we have our dog who's napping over here. We often like to walk the dog. And as we go out with our dog, we are just walking, right? We could do this for miles and miles, very long time. This is low intensity. It's great exercise. Don't get me wrong. It's great use of these muscles, good for our hearts, but we can do it for a long time because it's not very taxing. It's not very difficult to just walk like this. Okay. Now, sometimes, and I can remember this was one of my favorite things to do as a teacher, was to help people learn the term jog. What I found was that when I told kids to jog in my gym, they would run as fast as they could. And we don't want that. We want jogging to be in the middle. Jogging is a medium intensity. So if May and I were out jogging, we're going probably twice as fast as walking, maybe even faster, but we could still maintain a conversation. How's it going, May?
Good.
Good. Okay, looking good. And we can do this for a long time, right? Probably not as long as we could walk, but still a long time. And that's medium intensity. Now, when I think of real high intensity, May's a softball player. Let's say she just hit the ball. She runs, as you know, to first base. That is high intensity. She is sprinting as hard as she can to first base. Okay, she couldn't do that for very long. You can't sprint, as we call it, full out, fully intense, highest level sprint for very long because it uses so much oxygen. Our muscles get tired quick because we're really pushing them. Okay, but we want to understand those three levels, and maybe you even have more. Maybe there's more levels than just those three, sort of a half sprint, something like that. But we just want to talk about those three. Okay, so we have a walk. May show us just a walk, low intensity. We have a medium intensity jog. Do that for a while. She's comfortable. And then we have that sprint, that all out crazy run that you just can't do that long, but boy, it's good for that heart. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So as we just about wrap up here, certainly want to thank you for watching. I want to review just a couple of quick things. Today we talked about our underhand tossing, right? May, what were those cues again? She wants to point to her target, step with the opposite foot, keep her throwing arm nice and straight. Great job. Okay. And again, feel free to practice that a lot. That's a fun skill. What about the catching, May? What if I throw something to you and you catch it below your waist?
Pinkies.
Pinkies together. Okay. What about above your waist?
Thumbs.
Thumbers together. All right. And again, it couldn't be more fun if you're able to grab a friend or a parent or a sibling, a relative, to just practice throwing underhand and catching. That's just good, clean fun. You can see how many in a row you can throw and catch together, or you can do the egg drop or sock ball drop like May and I did, where you keep increasing your distance. Okay, that was kind of the physical part, the skill part of our discussion today. We also then talked a little bit about what we can do at home to keep ourselves healthy and to keep our hearts strong. We talked a little bit about our full body warm up where we do our calf raisers and we do our squats and we do some curl ups or crunches or Russian twists we did here, and then some push ups, hitting all those muscles pretty straight. Then we talked about things we can do to really get the heart rate up. We talked about jump roping, right? Invisible jump rope. We talked about toy soldiers. We talked about burpees. And May, was there one more we did? Um, no, we did the jump rope. We did the burpees.
Toy soldiers.
We did the toy soldiers. Yeah. But in any case, that's three good ones. And finally, we talked a little bit about our intensity levels, low, medium, and high. Okay. So these are just skills and attitudes, things that we want you to know as you continue to get older and you become physically literate. You understand how your body works. We want you to know how important it is to keep that body moving. Okay. So thank you, May, and thanks everybody at home for, sorry, I'll stop that timer. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Okay, so long.